Hello, you're listening to SiGMA Interviews. Joining me now, I have Karolina Pelc, who is the founder and CEO of BeyondPlay Gaming. Welcome, Karolina. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hi.
Relatively newly launched brand. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is and what you're aiming to achieve?
Well, we're actually not launched yet. We are a company pre-product, but we have made ourselves known quite early in the journey for a variety of reasons. But we've been around for around 18 months now, building the product in the background, closing some deals with both suppliers and operators, and we're hoping to launch later on in the year. Now the company is about bringing a bit of innovation into the space. We are built on the foundation of believing that there is more social elements needed to the online gaming experience to really attract the younger generation and also to convert some of the demographics that are not currently playing online slots. And yeah, with that we decided to build technology that enables operators to turn their existing single-player slots content into multiplayer gaming experiences.
What else are you doing to try and create that social engagement with your brand?
Within the, you mean with the brand itself or within creating? Okay, well, we have a variety of social features. The first thing is that we really think that community is a key element to any experience catering to younger demographic these days, especially for players, users that have grown up with social media, real-time interaction, Twitch, and so on. So we have a roadmap of features starting with interaction by chat, video calling, but also developing into spectator monetization features, community jackpots, and everything surrounding about sharing the experience together with others.
Okay, and you're obviously a woman founder of an online gaming firm. How has that experience been in this industry, which is more women involved but still quite male dominated?
It's been great so far. I mean, the industry has been super supportive, and I don't think it's just of the fact that I'm a female founder or that we have a female management team, but generally of the entrepreneurial spirit. So we've had an amazing reception. We are, as I said, pre-product, yet we have pretty strong brand awareness within the industry. A lot of people are rooting for us. A lot of people are interested and showing that they believe in the product. So it's been really nice. And on the sort of mentoring level or people helping us out on the journey, it's also been really interesting to see how many people are willing to open up, knowledge share, support. So I'm very grateful to everyone who has so far been part of the adventure with us.
Not just as a woman, but just as a founder, CEO and founder of a startup. How have you found that experience, and what kind of advice would you give? What was your key piece of advice that you'd give to?
I've recently done a speech at one of the diversity conferences, and I think there was something that I referred to three main bastards that women face when they are trying to pursue either a senior leadership role or entrepreneurial journey. And there were imposter syndrome and fear of rejection and this misconception of work-life balance. So I talk about all these three in detail in some of the presentations online, but if this was about one, I would say that women do face bigger challenges with imposter syndrome. I think it affects everyone, but for some reason it's a byproduct of the environment we grew up in. So the main thing is to understand that imposter syndrome is real, it exists, and you're not alone in it, you're not the only one experiencing it. So rather than getting it to discourage you, try to accept it, own it, and figure out a way to turn it into your competitive advantage, which is something I'm still working on. It's not exactly something I've nailed so far, but it's definitely a journey that I'm on, and realization of the fact that it's there and that you're not alone in it was really instrumental in the work that I'm doing.
What about those as a CEO, not just as a woman, as a CEO, founding a startup? What would be your advice to anybody leaping into your shoes? Is there somewhere you'd say don't go, or somewhere you'd say definitely do this?
Well, I think in the industry you do have to realize it's not easy. Launching a startup is never easy. Taking that step and having the courage is never easy, but I would love to say just go for it and it's all straightforward, but in our industry it's hugely complex. It's not just about having an idea and securing funding to make it happen, but it's a hugely complex regulatory environment. It's a hugely complex market dynamic. So you need to be prepared. It's going to be complex, it's going to be hard work, but at the end of the day, if this is really your dream and this is really something that you find fulfillment in, go for it, but ask for help. There's plenty of people that are willing to support. There's plenty of people that are willing to share the lessons learned over the years. So use it. Don't try to do everything by yourself.
Thank you. And one last question, if I may. I mean, obviously, you're starting out into a very difficult economic environment right now. Are you concerned about that at all?
Of course, I would be naive not to be concerned. We are just about to open another round of financing, raising capital. But our industry so far seems a little bit more resilient, and I think especially when it comes to hugely innovative products and bringing something completely new to the table, the investor appetite is still there, which we're hoping it will remain, obviously. But it's definitely something on our mind. So all these advice that you see online of keeping a tight ship and not going all out there on spending and scaling too fast, make your runway last for longer. We're keeping it at heart and trying to operate a lean and cost-efficient operation. So that's the one lesson I draw from the economic market right now.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Karolina, and thank you. Best of luck with your launch. We hope to speak to you again when it's all live.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.